My name is Allison, and I'm an artist living in Pittsburgh. I'm 23. I'll be 24 pretty soon. I don't know, I like working with a lot of different stuff. I like sculpting, costuming, painting, just drawing sketchy stuff. I really like stop motion animation, and I like to work with puppets eventually. When I sculpt, I normally work with Sculpey, and so I can like bake it in the oven and preserve it and then like paint it later, and it won't just deteriorate or like gather dust and become really unworkable. When I'm painting, I normally use acrylic paints. I haven't done oil paints in a long time because I really don't have the patience for it. So I guess I'm inspired by Tim Burton movies, and especially his like concept art, how sketchy it is, where it'll just be like a quick little ink drawing and then like splashes of watercolor, and just like really bare bones, like kind of childish art that is really kind of like twisted but still has a sense of humor about it. So whatever I do, I never want it to be so far like gruesome and gory. I always want it to, kind of be tongue-in-cheek or just not so dark, but not necessarily like puppies and balloons and stuff. I do costuming more as kind of a hobby. I've been paid for certain projects for like cast members of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, like Shadow Cast, but mostly it's just recreating outfits like the Mrs. Lovett from the Tim Burton movie version of Sweeney Todd. I think that was like the first full costume that I like built from scratch and was really proud of. And recently, this past summer, I had the opportunity to work with Cirque du Soleil when they were in town as like a temp wardrobe assistant. So that was really, really cool, seeing all the detail and just like weird intricacies and like tricks and stuff to all the Cirque du Soleil costumes. I wanted to do like a series of circus like freaks or oddities, and for my advanced makeup class I made a silicone appliance of like a bat nose and lip on my friend Jen, and then for my miniature sets class I did the inside of this like little circus caravan. So yeah, I guess the circus and I guess movies like Big Fish and books like Geek Love have really inspired my art. As far as like the stop motion puppets that I've made, it was really a challenge for me to machine an armature that was like fully jointed out of like aluminum and using really big scary machinery. So that was my thesis at school, was this stop motion puppet of a Japanese ghost from a traditional Japanese ghost story called Yuki-onna. And I sculpted over the top of this like really complex armature and then molded it and cast it in this like platinum silicone. But it's really expensive and like really important to get right, otherwise I'm wasting a lot of my own money. But all in all, I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. I used wire and like more latex for her hair so it could be posed during animation, to get the feeling of like wind going through it, and that was really inspired by the Sally puppet from Nightmare Before Christmas. And I sewed in wire through her kimono so it could be posed as well. As far as universal health care, it would be great if I could have health care. I think everybody should have health care. I think it should be considered a basic human right, and it's a shame that the United States is like the last Western society to not have universal health care. Thank God, like I've been healthy this far in my life, but if something major were to happen, I would be pretty screwed. So I'm hoping and praying that the United States sees what's up, can like follow in Canada, and just the rest of the civilized world's footsteps.